Ken Forrester, is such an honor to be here. You're a legend in South Africa. You've done so much for South Africa. And I wanted to talk to you about Chenin Blanc. Of course, you're the specialist in Chenin Blanc.
Right.
And in the context of climate change, Chenin Blanc seems to be quite resilient and is adapting quite well. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Without any doubt, without any doubt. I'd like to say it's a secret, but it's not a secret. We know Chenin Blanc is adaptable. We have good examples. If we go to the Loire Valley, if we go to Angers, to Bouffard, to Savigny, we walk through the Loire Valley, or we taste those wines separately, we can't mistake them for each other. A Savigny will never taste like a Bouffard, vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
When we come into Stellenbosch and we taste Stellenbosch Chenin Blanc, and we taste Chenin Blanc from the Swartland, they don't taste the same. Chenin Blanc is a wonderful mirror of terroir. It's a wonderful way of showing terroir. You might want to say it's almost a chameleon, where whichever color it lands on, it becomes that color.
Mm-hmm.
But it retains its thread of integrity, and at the same time, it adapts. That adaptability gives us the key to the success and the power of Chenin Blanc, because for climate, it is adaptable as well. If you think of the climate 30, 40 years ago in the Loire, and the climate today, and Chenin Blanc is still the premier grape of the Loire Valley, of that area, of those regions. When we look at climate and what's happening with climate, if we're talking about climate change, if we're talking about what's happening and the changes, the unpredictability, Chenin Blanc seems to manage to cope. We see fluctuations. We'll see smaller berries, bigger berries. We'll see more bunches, less bunches. We'll see more vigor, less vigor. The vine reacts, but it survives and adapts. And when we look at, interestingly, when we look at something like leaf roll virus, it's quite obvious that if we test our vineyards, our Chenin Blanc vineyards, many of them have leaf roll virus, but it's not visible. You can't see the symptoms.
Interesting.
And Chenin seems to cope with that. So it's an incredibly hardy plant. We've had it planted here in South Africa for over 300 years. In France, it goes back to the 9th century.
Yeah.
So it's had that adaptability, it's had that ability to change, to adapt. If you think of how the weather has changed in the last 1,000 years, and Chenin's been with us that time. So there's no doubt in my mind that Chenin Blanc is an adaptable grape variety and well suited to the climate that we're seeing and the change in climate. I think Chenin Blanc will cope.